It's Wednesday. Welcome to our Wednesday Wellness Tip. For today's physical tip, I'd like to share a little bit of my own experience. So, previously we've always taught to do thermal imaging scans to check your breast health so that you don't get exposed to radiation, because a thermal imaging scan could pick up things 8 to 10 years before a 2D mammogram might. However, the technology in the mammogram world has definitely improved, and now the 3D images actually surpasses the ability of the thermal imaging scan. So I had not had a mammogram in several years since I was doing the thermal imaging scans. So I had a mammogram, and they asked me to come back because they found something on the right side. So I went back and had a diagnostic mammogram, and then I had to have an ultrasound to verify what they saw on the mammogram. So the radiologist came in and she was very upbeat and happy, and she said, "Oh, I'm so happy to tell you that it's just a cyst, so you don't need to worry." I'm like, "Okay." I said, "So what do you recommend?" She goes, "Nothing. Just come back next year and have your mammogram next year." So I was a little perplexed because I said, I can think of about 5 things to do. And when I said that to her, she said, "Oh, no, but the benefits don't outweigh the risk." And I looked at her perplexed and I said, "What are you talking about?" And she said, "What are you talking about?" So of course I'm talking about herbs, homeopathics, eating healthy. And as soon as I mentioned that, she's like, "Oh, no." And she kind of rolled her eyes and said, "No, I thought you were talking about a fine needle biopsy and going down that path." So she left and she said, "Just get a mammogram next year, because with early detection, then we can save more lives." So as she left, I pondered, this is yet another example of our upside down healthcare system. We don't really have a healthcare system. We wait till you get sick and then try to fix it. So the theory is, wait till you have something such as breast cancer or a lump that needs to be removed, then do something about it. Yet when we look at it from wellness and prevention, we know that 30% of all cancers, regardless if it's breast cancer, whatever type of cancer, can be prevented with diet and exercise. We also know there's a lot of things you can do to keep your breasts healthy. And so I was reminded of this book by Cheryl Chapman, The Happy Breast Book. So she has many suggestions about how to keep that lymphatic system flowing. She calls it fluffing the girls, so you can imagine what I'm talking about, and how important that is to keep the lymph system flowing so that you don't get that congestion and potentially cysts or other problems. We also know that there are a few herbs that will help to alleviate the cyst. One that we use here is called Cyst Ease, and then we use another combination of biofilm and nattokinase. The nattokinase helps to break down the outer layer, and the biofilm helps to move that cyst on through. So I relish the day that we have more of an integration between conventional medicine and integrative medicine, so that we don't just have to tell you there's nothing you can do and just wait until you get sick before we try to fix it. That's our physical tip for today.